million shillings in the acquisition of 2 additional generators to supplement the 2 that already exist at the facility. Jimmy Mbogo was there and filed this report.
In the wake of recent blackout at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, more questions continue to be raised. And the latest to inquire is the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure, which took its sitting to the Kenya Airports Authority headquarters. The George Kariuki-led team questioned how the country could be exposed in such a manner despite investment made to avoid such eventualities, questioning the Kenya Airports Authority preparedness to tackle any disruptions.
Then you are telling us that we have again another one which can come on manually. But it's still 90 minutes. That is 1 hour and 1.5 hours. You are in the dark. Because even the one which is supposed to be operated manually, it is not operating.
I suspect the problem at hand is more deeper than just what is being put on the surface. In fact, the sacking of the MD and Engineer Odawa was just to cover up. There is a more deeper problem. And as Engineer Kirago put it, we would like to know, is it a design problem? Because even if we install these two new generators, if there is a total blackout today, maybe the same thing can happen.
Cannot 100% give a backup to the whole system. The need for the new 2 generators project, which are each of 2 MVA, in total will have a backup of capacity of 8 MVA, meaning that we shall be able to 100% cover in terms of emergency the load within JKIA.
KAA on its part has committed to install new generators that were acquired in 2020 at a cost of 110 million shillings to supplement the already existing backup generators, which have been the center of controversy as to why they did not automatically kick in during the outage. Furthermore, the MPs sought clarity over how much Kenya Airport Authority pays in power bills, with KAA officials admitting that it has a power bill of 50 million shillings every month, with the annual billing standing at more than $500 million, with the MPs asking why KAA hasn't sought an alternative to reduce the costs.
What you're trying to say is that you had done what it takes to take care of the foreseeability of this issue that came in, right? But you see, there is contradictory information we are receiving in terms of, I mean, if you did that in May, how then would these switch gears fail, which have never failed all the years since Kenyatta's time?
And you can see out of 162 having paid 110, we would say the bulk of the work by the contractor has been done. What is remaining is just commissioning of this equipment and synchronizing it with our existing facilities. So I'd like to assure members that we have not lost money. We have the equipment, it is intact, and this new contractor who has been brought on board is going to commission it, and it should be up and running.
The members of parliament are now calling for the overhaul of the Kenya Airport Authority over what they termed as lack of preparedness that is now costing the country. Jimmy Mbogo, KTN News.
And now let's shift focus to Dedan Kimathi University in Nyeri County, where skills competition has been taking place. Our reporter Clement Masombo is there. Let's join him live for an update on this all-important event. Clement Masombo, good morning. I hope you're well. This particular event is being held right after World Youth Skills Day was celebrated just last month on the 15th of July. How important is this, especially to the youth who are engaging?
Well, good morning to you, Jesse. Indeed, we are well in Nyeri County, and right from Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, we are having the World Skills Kenya National Competition actually taking place here, and it is an event that has been ongoing since Monday, the 28th of August, and we are expecting that it will be culminating tomorrow. And this is an event or a competition that has brought together learners from various learning institutions just to showcase their skills and competencies when it comes to matters to do with the engineering and, of course, engineering. I'm speaking about things to do like Industry 4.0 and mechatronics. But then I will not delve so much into details because I have experts here who will be giving us details of how the competition has been and what we expect, of course, from towards as we approach the near end of this particular competition. Thank you, sir, for joining us on KTN News. Perhaps you'll start by giving us a highlight of how the competition has been so far and at what stages are we?
Yeah, thank you so much. I am Jean Bosco, Professor of Mechatronics, and I'm a national expert for Industry 4.0 and mechatronics. If I talk about the event, the World Skills started on Monday by opening by the CS Education, and then on Tuesday we had 13 teams for mechatronics, and we had 9 teams for Industry 4.0. If I go directly to Industry 4.0, Industry 4.0, generally when we talk about Industry 4.0, Industry 4.0 is to translate, you are trying to translate the data into the information. Then another thing we are going to look, another enabler is data transformation or digitalization, digital data transformation. When we are talking about the digital data transformation, we are trying to move from hard copies, hard papers to digital papers. So what we need is, it means you need to get information on real time and when you need it. And then we go to IoT, which is an ecosystem. You want to have the data on real time. It means, if we get an example, it is like you have your email, you have a phone call, everything, your bank account is in your computer. So what we want in Industry 4.0, we need to see whether what machine is doing, the manager of the industry, the client, can be able to have an information of what being produced. So today, where we are, we have the competitors. In the first day, we had 9 competitors in Industry 4.0. 4 teams were eliminated. Yesterday, we had 6 remaining. Again, we had to do an elimination to remain with 4. But yesterday in the morning, when we were to go to finals, we have seen the students who are really performing well from TVET institution. And the student moved from like 32 marks and he went to 82. We said, let us give chance to this guy and to see, because Industry 4.0, it is proving like in the number 1 and the number 2, they are girls from the university, which shows Industry 4.0 is much more on the brain, is much more on thinking, logic, than it use the muscles. That is where we are. We are waiting for now the competitors. We gave them 5 hours to do the competition for Industry 4.0 and to be able to compete. How this is going to help in the future, we are testing the enablers of Industry 4.0, which is the IoT, Industrial Internet of Things. We need to have data on real time. We are talking about robotics. We want people to see robot can collaborate with human. So it means you are not taking jobs from industries. Third, we need the data transformation, digital transformation. It means they are doing a digital twin. They have to have the copy of the physical machine on a real time. Then we go to Industry 4.0. We translate now this information into a kind of movement. It means you have everything together as a person, as a manager of industry, as a decision maker, as a procurement person. You can be able to know what is going on in your shop floor.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Jean Bosco, of course, the national expert when we talk about world skills competition. Now, allow me to engage Professor Peter Muchiri, the Vice Chancellor of Dedan Kimathi University. Of course, this is something that is happening at a time when the country is trying so much to implement the CBC, competency-based curriculum. Perhaps you'll wish to comment how significant this is to learners and to the institution.
Thanks a lot. I'm Professor Peter Muchiri, the Vice Chancellor of Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, and I'm very happy to host this World Skill Kenya National Competition, because this is competence at its best. The nation has been talking about competence-based education, and for engineering and for us as the University of Technology, competence is really demonstrating what you can do with the knowledge that you have gathered in engineering. This is competence on operation, and programming and maintenance and operationalization of mechatronic systems. And when we see our engineering students being able to develop and run and program and manipulate these kind of systems, we see as the real competence of the engineers that we want to produce. So I always say in Dedan Kimathi University, competence-based education came long before it had even entered the country, because we are committed in producing engineers and technologists who are able to demonstrate competence and also the skills that are required in the world of work. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Mushiri. Let me engage another gentleman here. Of course, Siemens as partners. How are you supporting the skills of these learners, both in TVETs and even at the universities?
Thank you so much. My name is Peter Njogu, works with Siemens. With Dedan Kimathi, I think we have been a long-time partner with Dedan Kimathi. So to start with, Dedan Kimathi is a training partner for Siemens on the whole range of our products, and we support them. So we have had support when it comes to supply of the hardware together with the software, and then like on the world scale part of it, we have been working with the university, so to try and ensure that the team has the required hardware together with the software. And then besides that, we are here to ensure that in the final and as we cross the day, we need to award the winners of this, and we would want you to be available as we are awarding the winners, so that the whole of East Africa and the whole of Africa sees that Kenya is taking the lead, and we need to move, as Prof has put it, from the hardware perspective to digitalization, and digitalization is just trying to move from just the manual perspective and ensuring our industries are digitalized. They are moving to the industry 4.0. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Very lastly, Prof, Njogu there says that they are here to award the winners. Perhaps after the whole competition, what next, even after awarding the winners from Kenya?
Yeah, after this competition, after the winner are announced, we are going to take 1 year training, intensive training, to take these competitors to international level. Reason being, when we go to international industrial 4.0 competition, we have to ensure all the enablers, virtual reality, augmented reality, digital twin, all those enablers, 3D printing, they can bring all these enablers in the competition. So we have all the equipment behind us. We have the virtual reality, augmented reality, 3D printer. We are going to take a whole year training these people, making sure they are at an international level. If possible, we will take them to maybe to South Africa to benchmark, to make sure these competitors, at least in one of the area, either industrial 4.0 mechatronics, we have a global medal. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Jean Bosco, Professor Mushiri, and of course, Njogu from Siemens. But then, Jess, you've just heard it from the experts here. Of course, very technical terms being used here by those experts in matters to do with the engineering and mechatronics. But then, as we had said, this is all aimed at ensuring that they